Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. God bless you. My name is Pastor Yemi Omogboyega, your good friend. This morning I just want to pass my comments as regards the Wike Fubara political drama in Rivers State of Nigeria. Indeed, it's a very interesting one, and one can learn one or two things from there. Those who have listening ears. It boils down to the good and the bad sides of relationship. Relationship that cuts across all aspects of life. It could be husband and wife's relationship. It could be parents and children's relationship. It could be career, that is office, whatever the organization is. Could be the Church of God, could be relations between anybody, amongst friends, amongst just anywhere. Just name it, relationship generally. That is one. Another aspect of it is this. As we are saying, it is also testing the popularity of people at any stage in life. Someone might think he's so popular that he can stand alone, or trying to build his own or to start being on his own. But let me just summarize it by saying that everybody, all the highly placed people, were made great by somebody. For instance, parents are the godfathers or godparents, let me put it that way, to their children. And in the political arena, in the case of Wike versus Fubara, Wike is the godfather to Fubara, just as Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the godfather to all the today's political juggernauts in Lagos State, and ditto everywhere. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself did not get there on his own. He was the godfather to ex-President Buhari, just as today Buhari or Bola Ahmed Tinubu could not have captured the North without the full support and cooperation of ex-President Buhari. During the period of the Obasanjo, we know that he had those who made him from the North. Indeed, I don't think ex-President Obasanjo commands greater votes from the South even from his own domain. But he was made to be there by the strong support that the North had for him. If we all remember, Buhari did not even win his own ward, allegedly. Ditto, Obasanjo. So he had global or wider networks outside his domain. So when we say somebody is, when we talk about somebody being strong, it is not something that you need to toy with. What has happened to Fubara happened because he had a strained relationship with his godfather, Wike. And he tested his popularity. And I know that some people are backing him up, thinking that he can successfully undo his master. But those people probably did not understand, or they underrated the extent or how large or how influential the level of Wike's influence in Rivers State politics. And it is already bearing out now that, you know, a father is far greater than his children. And there are some secrets therein that the children wouldn't know until they play into the hands of their parents, just as it is happening now. It is rather unfortunate, very, very unfortunate, but it is a reality. In politics, it's a case of, it's like in the military. It's either you are loyal or you are disloyal. And the consequences of either will follow you. Depends on which side of the coin you tilt to. Please, you will have to pardon me, the background may be so terrible, but please be content with my voice. I've done everything to have a better light, but unfortunately, this is Nigeria, and we just have to manage with whatever we have. God will take us there. So, please, when we talk of background quality, borderless, the word matters. The word that you are hearing matters more than the background. After all, Christ was born in the manger, and that did not stop him from achieving his goal in life, fulfilling his destiny, and being our Savior. So we shall get to where we are going by the special grace of God in Nigeria. Now, and what happened to Fubara had already been prophesied by that great prophet, Peter Ayo Fayose of Ekiti, the ex-Ekiti state governor, who knew Wike very well and what he could do. And he forewarned Fubara not to overstep his bounds, that the day he oversteps his bounds, then he is doomed. Fubara had refused to heed a wise counsel and the outcome is what we are seeing today. Then the question is, should we encourage godfatherism to continue to take hold of the destiny of the world? That's a big question. Everybody wants a change, but the change is not always easy to come by. And nobody gets to the higher pedestal without somebody supporting him to get there. So the best way to get to the top and remain there for the wise who wants to remain there and move on in life is to remain under the tutelage of his master until he becomes a master, and the master issues him or her with certificate of independence, because even after that issuing of that certificate, the master will continue to play a role in his life by supporting to ensure that his mentee does not fail. But the moment the mentee disconnects himself, it's like what Ayofayoshi said when he was pressed to the wall in Ekiti sometimes. He said, "It is not you people that put me there, I knew how I got there." Those who installed him, they knew. The political game, he understood. And what he's saying is that the people themselves matter less, but the powers that be underneath, they are the powers that installed him. What is happening now happened in Lagos State, the Ambode's case. So, should we then continue to be under the control of our leadership, of our mentors? I think if you ask me, the wise thing is, if you must disconnect, you must get the approval of your Oga to disconnect, so that it shall be well with you. And honestly, this is in line with what the Bible says in Exodus 20, verse 12, that children should honor their parents so that their days will be long in the land that the Lord has given to them. Children that disobey this, they know the consequences. One good example in the Bible is the prodigal son. The father did not argue with him when he demanded for his share of the father's estate. He allowed him to go, but withdrew every support that he had for him, even though he loved him. And the guy continued to toy. He met his Waterloo, but what a lucky guy. He came back to say, "I'm sorry." And the father received him. And for the rest of his life, it was well with him. So, trying to detach ourselves from under the from our leaders, or from our parents, or from our mentors, is like swimming in a murky water. Because who do you turn to when you have issues? And at a stage, you discover that you are lonely, and that might be the end of your progress in your chosen vocation or career or anything. Can you imagine a subordinate fighting his superior? How will he get there? We are not saying that godfathers are not doing what one would not like, but one needs the wisdom to navigate such situations such that it does not destroy one's future. Today, you remember what, in politics, what Naaba did to Obasanjo. And Obasanjo withdrew his backing for Naaba. In fact, to the point that he said that his people should warn him. Today, what do you hear of Naaba's political career? Thank God he's alive. History is about to repeat itself with ex-governor Rufai now. And the struggle is still going on. We don't know where that will land. In Lagos State, remember the period of Akerele Bokno being the deputy governor of now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What weapon did that Tinubu use to silence that woman? Silence. And he decided to ignore her. Today, the woman is no longer of political relevance in Lagos State. Ditto, Femi Pedro, who was also his deputy. He has that issue. Today, where is Femi Pedro in the political arena in Lagos State? And ditto, ex-governor Ambode. Politics. Not only politics, so it starts with the family. Now, I say it starts with the family that when children begin to not only jettison their parents, they're already praying for themselves, for good or for whatever. So where is the political career of ex-governor Ambode now in Lagos State? Atiku Abubakar versus Obasanjo. What is the position of Atiku today? Is still struggling. I'm not a prophet, but every simple and reasonable thinking person will know that Atiku's political career has ended long ago. He's only struggling. I'm not God, but from human reasoning, calculating, putting 1 + 1 together, it will be difficult for Atiku to become the president of Nigeria, simply because he disconnected with those who can make him attain that goal. So in the civilian era now, there are two major groups. Let's say the Obasanjo group and the Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu group. What made Asiwaju Bola Ahmed to be what he is today is by the grace of God, a dint of hard work, and he has what it takes to oust somebody like ex-President Obasanjo. I'm telling you. and he has the connections. Is better exposed even than his opponent, Obasanjo. You see that the struggle with Lagos then, it was the first time in history that I don't know of others, don't know whether it has happened before, that the federal government will withhold the allocation to a state and the state will survive without the allocation and even do better. And it turned out to be that eventually what was withheld was finally released. So they kept it in the savings for the Lagos state. So what am I saying? When you disconnect from your source, whether at the family level, at career level, there is a song in Yoruba that the river that denies its source will surely dry up. It's a matter of time. That's what is happening to Fubara. Fubara has denied his source. Godfatherism, we say, oh, when shall we get away from Godfatherism? We are wasting our time. That's the truth. Somebody will have to make you, and that person can marry you. God has given you as children to your parents, and you turn your back against your parents. And the Bible tells you don't do so that your days will be long in the land that the Lord has given to you. Not as if you will physically die, but there is a spiritual connection between your parents and you, such that if you disconnect yourself from it, even without the parents saying anything, it is dangerous for you. It is very, very dangerous. That is why we should all do everything possible, not to say because we are angry or because our parents did something to us, we will not forsake them. We want to be. No, just leave that alone. You are paving way for your own downfall. You may be wealthy, you may be anything, you may even become the president of a nation. There is a mark in you that is a bad one. That is why we need to do everything possible to align. Now, we are talking of Godfatherism in terms of Wike as of Fubara. Yes, Wike is the mentor. Even though he himself detached from Rotimi Amechi, he was able to do that successfully because, like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he has greater connections. For you to garner those connections is not easy. And you may not even succeed in doing it. And your political or your whatever pursuit will dwindle until nobody hears of you again. I've cited some examples. Then should we now, whether they are doing what is right or wrong, should we now remain under them? You need to be careful. If you must separate with wisdom. Graduate. And the danger that is in this thing is this, especially those of you who have, let me call it like the military secession plans. The danger in it is that people will back you up to go against your Oga. You will have supporters. And you may even have a few highly placed people that will guarantee. Did you not see what happened in the drama between Yemi Osinbajo and our now president Bola Ahmed Tinubu? People rose up to want to use Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who should have known better, to bring down his oga. And unfortunately, he fell for it. And they've not even relented. Even now that the president is installed, they're still using him. It's a sad development. Up to his vice presidency position, it was the making of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That is why, no matter what your ambition is, never bite the finger that feeds you. The day that Professor Yemi Osinbajo succumbed to the temptation to challenge his mentor, that was the day he ran into political trouble water. To take the grace of God for him to recover from it. That's exactly what Fubara has done. History repeats itself, but do we learn anything from it? No matter how highly placed you are, you will have somebody that God used to make you. And the interesting thing is that even that person that God used to make you, whether he talks, he needs not talk. Your parents did not talk. If you are just like the Bible example, prodigal son example, the father never said anything, never argued with the child, just allowed him to go with his trouble. But when he faced the turbulence of life, he realized the importance of his father. He was lucky to return. Some of us are still prodigal sons today. All you can do is find a way to make your mentor relevant in your life. It's the law of karma. Somebody God used to make you, and you want to unseat that person. Man, do you know that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed succeeded in fighting or wrestling the leadership position from Obasanjo? Because it was not Obasanjo who made Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I told you, Bola Ahmed Tinubu was more exposed, better connected than Obasanjo. That was what gave him the victory. Name it. Where is it that Obasanjo, Ahmed Tinubu cannot match Obasanjo? Or where is it that Obasanjo can outshine Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Now, the same thing with Amechi versus Wike. Wike has what it takes. And the wisdom Wike has what it takes to fight, to take leadership position from Rotimi Amechi. He's a lawyer. He's exposed. He has everything it takes. So, and he was wise. He waited until Rotimi exited before setting up his own organization. But Fubara became. Now, the interesting part of this is that when your parents are in your support, They will do everything to save you from calamities. When your godfather, either in politics or in career, is still with you, he will do everything he can to make sure that you do not crash. But the moment you detach, he needed not do anything, because you will face challenges. Those who support you today may turn against you tomorrow. And what is even more, you two are becoming godfather already. You want to become a godfather already. That's the essence of your whole thing. If you had achieved today now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in control because he won. And like I told you, the winning is not that it is because it's not Obasanjo that made him. If Obasanjo had made him, Obasanjo would have done everything possible to truncate his destiny. He grew up on a parallel line. The same thing now. Wike was brought to limelight by Rotimi Amaechi, but he has what it takes to be able to wrestle that leadership position from him. And he took it. And that is politics for you. Politics is merciless. Politics has no morals. Politics is admixture of the law and disorder. Whichever is expedient, they will do. In politics, you finish your opponent. There is nothing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will do today that Atiku will not find loopholes in. Whether he could do better is a different thing. There is nothing today that Obi is even mild. Is soft. At least sometimes he still offers. He does not criticize without offering suggestions or solution. You think that Atiku will do that? And it is because of the humble background that Obi came from. If not, it would have been like. And also, the person they are both criticizing is greater than them. Both. So let us be careful. Parents, be careful with your children and with your, of course, with your children. Do everything you can to mentor them well. But children should be more careful because of the repercussions. You don't bite the fingers that fed you. If you do, greater things are waiting for you. In your career, whether it is politics, whether it is professional careers, please do not bite the fingers that fed you. It will backfire on you. That's exactly what is happening to similarly Fubara today. Because he has some support, he believes that he's everything. He worked contrary to what Peter Ayofayoshi told him. Deuteronomy 30 verse 19. I lay before you today life and death, good and bad, curses and blessings. It is for you to choose. And whichever you choose, you will reap the benefits and the benefits in quote. That's what is happening to Fubara. It is sad. You cannot rule out the input of your mentors in your life. It will backfire on you. Rather, wait until you wait for your own time. Build yourself. But just exactly what is happening now between all these our people is what is happening between us and God. We had a story that because the devil wanted to be greater than God, there is trouble. The day that Abraham disobeyed the path or veered from the path by listening to the counsel of his wife Sarah to impregnate her maid. That's the day Nigeria and the whole world has been in turmoil up to today. You know how many? More than 40-something thousand people lost their lives in the Gaza war, the latest Gaza war, which is not completely over yet. The day somebody tries to step out of his bounds, that's the day that person will become restless for the rest of his life. Fubara's political career can never be the same again. And now, evils that have been forgotten before about him will be opened. Criminal matters are not dead. They have no expiry date. They are not statute bound. Even if somebody says you are free today, decided to step everything down, the day you offend him, he will open your can of worms. That's exactly what we hear is happening to Fubara now. Not only will have they unseated him, then he will now begin to pay dearly for offenses, real or fake, that he had. So I won't be surprised if eventually he ends up in prison. Are we going to learn something from this? Summary. Wait until your time. If you are under somebody, don't bite that person. One day, you will gain your independence. Even with his own input, it will help you to get to where you are going. Wike may be whatever it may be, anything you may say, he believes in Godfatherism and all that. He said one thing that I really surprised. He said, I hate relating with ingrates. I hate relating with ingrates. Now, those who are supporting Fubara, what can they do now? Let me tell you, his administration has been sacked, and then those who are supporting Wike, what is happening? 37 assembly members. These people will be fitted into strategic places such that in the next political dispensation, you will see these people shining. And the three of them are on the side of Fubara. You will see them dwindling politically. That's why we need to be careful. We need the world. Life is not merciful. Oh. It is you that will play it wisely. You disagree with somebody, do it humbly. And wait until the appropriate time. Don't destroy him. I have one policy in my life. My loyalty to my leaders cannot be doubted. because I deliberately remain loyal to whosoever I'm under. If anything is going wrong, I know how to approach my leader to table and in the position of counsel, in the position of guidance, in the position of humility, not lording it over. I will try to support my person and see the areas he's weak and try to build upon that area. To try to work on that area, to give him whatever counsel I have, whatever support I can, to while I remain loyal to the person, be it at the family level, be it in my office. No single leader that I worked with or under that can say I am disloyal, because I know the consequences. And also the way I relate with those who are below me. I put myself in a position that I might be in their shoes tomorrow. What would they say of me? I remember still talking about this loyalty. In my office, sometimes, 2 stories. There was a young lady that I tutored, I mentored, and I gave. You see, if your leader is giving you secrets and is helping you to build you, don't think that he has given you all. No leader will give it to you all. Give all to you. No leader. Because leadership is inherent. Leadership is inherent in the leader. He may mentor you, but he cannot give it. He does not even have the capability to give, because it is inherent in him, and it's dynamic. Leadership is dynamic. What he does today that works this way, he knows again through the inspiration, divine inspiration, he will have another direction. He will have several options. And the one is revealing to you is just 1 or 2 of the several of his secrets of leadership. So there was this girl, I did everything I could to train her up so that she could be effective. And she was just catching up. And thank God. That's why men, you should watch what you do with ladies. Don't let your case be like the case of Akpabio versus Natasha, or Natasha versus Akpabio. Be careful. The day you bring yourself low, you will not recover yourself. Thank God there was no such sinister relationship. I maintained that distance, and God helped me. It's not all men are tempted, but I give glory to God that I maintained that distance. Lead us not to temptation. I thank God I was not led into temptation. This lady, eventually, the people I introduced her to top echelons. Everybody. She started kind of fraternizing with them. I know that some of my colleagues might be watching this video. Those who are close to me will know what I'm talking about. She started fraternizing. Before I knew it, my own boss was even using her against me. To the point that one of the ladies in my office asked me, we had this, is it true? The person that you did this for, I said, now so we see her. Eventually, the target she had set, me, without doing nothing, all I just did was withdraw and face my own side. Let her continue to do her manipulation. I retired happily. She desired to be what God did not give to her, and she didn't get it. I'm not mocking her. Don't bite the fingers that fed you. Another scenario, even my boss then, I was so loyal to him. He had difficulties. And his own boss wanted to use me against him. I said no. He said, whatever you are doing, bypass your guy, come and tell me and give it to me. Report to me directly. You know what I did? That's why I say you must devise a wise way of dealing with difficult situations. I cannot compromise my loyalty to my oga. What did I do? All I did was, whenever anything comes, his boss wanted to get the information from me. I will go to my boss and tell him, look, I cannot be disloyal to you. I don't want anything that will happen. Maybe they're asking you about something, about the job I do, which it is you that should provide this information to your boss, and because of relationship, your boss is not, you are not well disposed. The relationship is not good enough. And then at the end of the day, your boss will now find an avenue to nail you down. I said, that's not me. My loyalty is to you. I cannot bypass you like that and then be dealing with your boss. So whatever it is that I must do, I will hand to my boss what he needed to know. I will first of all, in fact, many a time we would have concluded on everything. Then the only thing I will do is I will now copy, after we have discussed and exhausted that thing and agreed on anything good that we want to do, so that nobody will look ridiculous. I will then send the original to him, copy his boss, so that he will be aware of what is going on. No. It's a difficult situation. I cannot outshine my boss. I don't desire to do so. I cannot desire to do so. People should not desire to do that. No matter how much your boss's boss seems to love you, and no matter how much he hates your boss today, things might change. I'm always conscious of that. Don't want to fall a victim. I was not anybody's 2G throughout my career in life. And to God be the glory. Till my boss left, we were in good accord. I never betrayed him. And I did not also cause enmity between me and his boss. I carried my boss along, so anywhere he is, he could still defend whatever he needed to defend that emanates from me. So he will never look stupid before anybody. If I see what you are doing wrong, one thing with me is I will make bold to let you know and provide suggestions and solutions, possible solutions, so that you can get out of the murky waters. This is the way I operate. At my official level, at my family level, at everything. Those who don't understand, that's their own problem. But I would never betray constituted authority, because it's God that places them there. If If you want to betray them, you are betraying yourself. So it's a drama. Fubara's case is a drama for those who will learn. Many of us will watch films, but what do we take out of it? Tomorrow you will still betray. Tomorrow you will still. I'm always on the path of justice wherever I am. Path of justice. Justice to my boss, justice to myself, justice to everybody. Fairness. It's not like praise singing, no, but we need to tell ourselves this. This is the way my mind works. Don't want the downfall of anybody. But if I counsel you and you say, even maybe because of that, you now hate me, it is your own kettle of fish. But I will never betray anybody. And it has paid off. That is why I never was part of office politics. I was never on the part of church politics. Church politics is another dirtiest game. You think you are in the church, that you are, but no. I was always on the God's side. What does God say? You stole church's money. If I catch you, I will counsel you and I will rebuke you. I will do everything I can. I will tell you it is not good. Don't do it again. But if you continue, that's your problem. If you are quarreling the church, I will say, does Bible say, did Paul not say, or is it Paul or Timothy? Let it not be hard from among you that you are having quarrels among yourself, or that you are into sexual perversion and all that. I will tell you, I'm not an angel. I'm always grateful if I have somebody who has the effrontery. You see, there's a difference between attack or confrontation and a loving reminder of what you needed to do to make your life better. I always appreciate those who see my fault and let me know so that I can mend for the better. I always appreciate them. And I always like to do that to people. I see your fault. I'm not going to hammer on that to go and to see, this thing you are not doing it right. Let us do it this way. Let us do it this. Let us do it this way. And I will say and do it with all humility. It has paid off. Wike is bad. Wike built Fubara. And who will look on for somebody you have made, that God has used you to unmake you? This is where Wike has been consistently right, honestly. Fubara didn't play that game well. It is a lesson for all. Those who will learn, will learn. Those who will not, will not. God bless you. Yoruba will say, Ilá kìí ga ju olúre ẹ̀ lọ. You know, the okra stem will not be so tall that the owner will bend it and pluck the okra from the top. No matter how tall the okra tree is, he will pull it down and take what he wants. You cannot be greater. You cannot know better or more than you see, you may have more knowledge, more understanding, more everything, but you have to be humble before your mentor. God bless you. Have a very wonderful day. Please share this message. Subscribe to this channel. Press notification button so that you get to know when we upload new videos. Like the video so that YouTube will recommend us more to others. Even though the focus is not on money, the focus is not on fame, the focus is not on popularity, we still need the population to be able to reach out to greater number of people. Let us cooperate together to achieve the subscribe, like. God bless you. In conclusion, there are some people in the society downtrodden. James 1:27. You are a Christian, you are a Muslim, you are an Sheshe person. But all that, what did Christ preach to us in Matthew 22:37-39? Love your God with the whole of your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. No matter how much you love your God by going to church, singing praises, doing everything, if you don't love your neighbor, you are in trouble. A new law have I given to you, to love one another. James 1:27 says, the religion, those of you, religion can be Sheshe, can be Isfa, can be anything. But in the case of Christian, the religion, Christianity, the Christianity that you subscribe to, the essence is to love one another, is to love the downtrodden, the orphan. James 1:27, Matthew 23:23, Luke 11:41-42. You need to love the downtrodden, the widows, the orphans, everybody has a need. If there's any need in your hand that you can use to help others, do it without hesitation. By the special grace of God, come this September, the new academic session, I have identified a project which I want to participate in myself. But if God lays it upon your heart, maybe you contemplate, you don't have time, you want us to implement it for you. That is, we want to give some orphans scholarship. I am giving some numbers scholarship. If you want to participate, just let us know. Your own students will be your own students. I'm not inviting you to come and subscribe so that your money that you are paying for their school fees will be mine, not just because of that. No, not at all. The school is ours, and we want to give scholarship to people. I mean, what do you call it now? Yeah, to orphans. We've been to the orphanage home. We're arranging to get them in by September. If you want to sponsor your own from among the same school or people, please let us know. You can private chat me or call me or text me on 080-344-65225. 080-344-65225. Don't forget, my own number of the number of candidates I'm going to sponsor is my responsibility. I just want you to, in case you have the mind that you want to help the needy, the orphan this time, you can partner with us. I'm not using your money for my own. I will pay my own. Just pay. Those who are willing. God loves a cheerful giver. Please, if you want to, that's my number. Flash me, text me, or private chat me on WhatsApp. I would have really preferred just give me a call. Don't mind the cost. That you want to be part of it, so that I'll give you the details. Like I said, it's not a cover-up to say what the people you sponsor. I will now say I'm the one sponsor. No. You will see the list of my own candidates. I just want you to support somebody so that the society can be better. The people we fail to take care of today might trouble our own children that we took care of. May that not happen. Let us prevent it. Every child you take out of the streets is a blessing to you, is a blessing to the society, and it has heavenly connotation. When the Bible says, store your goods or whatever, treasures in heaven, where there is where moat and any caterpillar cannot destroy. This is what we are saying. It has heaven's reward. It is better than paying tithe. Use the money you are paying for tithe now. Use it directly to the lives of these people. Those your tithe money don't get to where they should be. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.